Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of BHSports Weekly Extra. I am Nick McGee, and my guest on this evening, she is a reporter for the Big Ten Network. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the one, the only, the beautiful, and very intelligent Allison Hayes. Allison, welcome to BHSports Weekly Extra.
Oh, hi. Thank you, Nick. I really appreciate you having me on.
All right, thank you. And Allison, to jump right into it, I know you caught the action of the Elite Eight tournament last weekend. We saw that Michigan and Michigan State went down. What happened?
Just incredible games. I mean, what happened to Michigan was a Kentucky team that is peaking at the right time. There's been so much said about how young they are and them being freshmen, but, obviously we're watching them grow up in front of our eyes. And they have so much athletic ability and so much talent that it was really just a matter of time of when they were going to really come together and learn how to play together as a team, and we're seeing it happen right now. That's what happened to Michigan.
All right. And Michigan State, we saw their game against UConn. I believe it was either Saturday or Sunday. It was one of them. And they went down to defeat UConn. Basically stick to their game plan, play hard-nosed defense, and turnovers really cost the Spartans that game. What did you take away from that game? I believe this is the first time in Tom Izzo's reign that his senior class will not make it to the Final Four.
Yeah, and it's a real shame to watch Michigan State. They've been through a lot this season. They battled those injuries, and they were finally playing together. They were finally healthy. We saw some incredible performances that they had, getting to that point in the tournament, and really seeing a lot of guys step up. And, even Coach Izzo commented that, and not that I think he was making an excuse, but they appeared to be tired a little bit. They looked like they were just kind of getting wore out.
Yeah.
And UConn, I think, is another one of those teams that is exactly clicking at the right time. When you have a guy like Shabazz Napier, who's just awesome. He's definitely going to be, probably a significant NBA player as he develops, and he's really coming into his own and learning how to take over games. And Michigan State just couldn't keep up at that point.
Yeah, I completely agree. And we look at our Final Four. We have Florida, we got UConn, we got Kentucky, and oh my goodness, it's escaped me right now. Who's the fourth team?
Wisconsin.
It's who?
Wisconsin.
Yes, Wisconsin. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anybody from Wisconsin, any Badger fan out there. I completely apologize. No disrespect. When you look at our Final Four, to me, it's a great Final Four from a pure basketball standpoint. Who do you think will come out on top?
Well, in my bracket, and I should preface this by saying I am a University of Florida graduate, so already for the Gators. But now, as you watch the tournament develop, it definitely has taken some different twists and turns. But my original pick is Florida. I'm going to stick with that. I think the Gators are just loaded. They're a senior-driven team. They have 4 out of their 5 starters who are seniors. There cannot be enough said about that for their experience, for the leadership. But the nice thing about Florida is they're a team that can win a game in the 60s, but they're a team that can be pushed out of that comfort zone, and they can beat you if you push it into the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
They're able to adjust, but their defense is so good and so solid that really controls the game for them, and that, really allows them to be so dominant. So I'm still sticking with the Gators, but who knows what to expect out of UConn at this point. They've been really, a surprise to me.
Yes, they have.
And the Wisconsin-Kentucky game, I think, is going to be really exciting.
Yes, I completely agree. And some will say that the University of Florida have very easy road getting to the Final Four. What's your take on that?
I can agree with that to an extent, but that's part of being the number 1 overall seed.
That's true.
They're supposed to have an easier route. They earned that. They had this incredible unbeaten streak, and they've earned that. So I don't have a problem with that. But when you look at like a team like Kentucky, that's what's been really impressive. They might have had the toughest road really to get there.
Yes.
With the number 1 Wichita State, number 4 seed Louisville, who everyone had pretty much going to the Final Four, number 2 seed Michigan. the Wildcats have had to earn and scratch their way, but they've really been impressive, and I think that's going to probably help them overall when they get to Wisconsin.
Yeah, totally agree. And Allison, I just want to get your opinion. I'm just going to turn to football a little bit, if you don't mind.
Okay.
You saw I don't know, you pay attention. You saw the ruling that came down with the National Labor Association with the football players at Northwestern University. How much would that affect the Big Ten Conference overall? How far do you feel this potential unionizing of football players and potentially basketball players?
Well, there's a lot of debate over that, and to be honest, it's been talked about quite a bit at the Big Ten Network, and there's a lot of mixed feelings about it. Whether or not, I'm not sure how this will go, but it's interesting. It's an interesting debate. I don't know that the current Northwestern players are all going to jump on board.
Okay.
And there's just, I don't know if it's from, backlash, but there's been a lot of guys who have kind of, taken a step back and said that they don't really want to be a part of it. I think it's an issue that's going to force all the other schools to have to take a look at, is this something that's feasible? Is it realistic that they're going to be able to pay them? In terms of what my opinion is, I hear them out. I hear that they feel like they're getting, they're working and that they deserve some amount of money. I think that's insane. I think that's crazy. I think they should have like a per diem in terms of having money to buy food, sure. But they are getting paid. They're getting paid, some schools up to $100,000 if you graduate. How much it would cost? Imagine like a school like Notre Dame.
Right.
You were a school for 4 years there. You're coming out of there with more than $200,000 worth of tuition and room and board costs. So someone who graduated from the Notre Dame football Notre Dame is earning $200,000 worth of education and living expenses, and it's setting them up for the rest of their entire life. So I understand they're working their tails off, and it is a job, but it's a privileged job, and they are earning a significant amount of earnings that's going to set them up for the rest of their lives, whether it's at Notre Dame or whether it's at the University of Florida or whatever school it is. They are getting something in return for what they are providing to the school. I was in college at Florida, and I worked as in graduate school. I worked as a TA and a graduate assistant. I earned a stipend of $300 a month, and I thought that was the most amazing thing ever. You know what I mean? I worked. I was given $300 a month. That didn't pay for my tuition. They all didn't even pay for my living expenses. So, in terms of being an employee, it's all relative, and so that's just my opinion on it.
All right, awesome. And Allison, let's stay on football for just a little bit. When you look at the University of Michigan's football program, I believe their coach is in the hot seat this coming season. If Michigan football don't turn around this season, do you see a huge coaching change up there in Ann Arbor?
Yeah, I do. I think it could be rightfully so. I mean, I don't like the big rush, and everyone freaks out and they want to get the guys out. Now we need a new coach, and you can see. I mean, look at a program. Not to keep going back to Notre Dame, but when you look at a program like Notre Dame, they had the turnover from Scott Davey to General Willingham to Charlie Weiss. When you have that 3 years and out, 4 years and out, it doesn't help. It doesn't get them that consistency that they're looking for. I like Brady Hoke. I think he's a good recruiter for them. I think he can be a good coach. There's some questionable decisions that he's making, and perhaps they might need to make some coordinator changes. But I think that he definitely is on the hot seat. Whether they should get rid of him or not, I can see the argument for wanting to make that change. I think when you got a program like Michigan, you have to stay relevant. You have to, continue to be consistently good, and they're just not right now. They've been nothing but disappointing for several years.
All right, awesome. And Allison, do you have any upcoming events that you want to advertise or get out there for my listeners?
Yeah, actually, and I don't know how many listening would remember me, but I am from this area. I actually grew up in Niles, Michigan, and I'm in the South Bend area now.
All
I was
right.
at Fox 28 as a sports anchor for almost 9 years, covering Benton Harbor High School sports along with all of our other high school teams and college teams. And I just, this past football season, made the jump to the Big Ten Network, but I still live here locally.
All right.
I have created a charity in the past year called One Good Deed Michiana. We created this charity in the wake of my husband's death. He was killed in a car accident in August of 2012, and the outpouring of support and kindness that my 5-year-old daughter and I received was just overwhelming. And we learned that there are so many good people out there that go out of their way to help others in need. So our charity, One Good Deed Michiana, does that. We find those people. I found a nomination system that go out of their way to help someone who is in need. Mm-hmm. And we recognize them. They don't ask for recognition, but we do it. We give them a pat on the back. We surprise them with this great gift basket of items, and
awesome.
It's been awesome. It's been wonderful. And one of our big fundraiser that we do is called the Freezer Memorial Golf Outing, and it's called the Freezer because my husband's name was Robert Freeze. And it's our 3rd annual event. This year we're bringing it back to Michigan. We're going to be at the Wadet Hampshire Golf Course,
mm-hmm.
and it's on July 19th. And we're running a special right now, an early bird special, and it is $260 for a foursome, and you are entered into a drawing to win 4 week-long passes to the Senior PGA Championship.
Oh, wow.
Which, of course, you all know in that area is at Harbor Shores.
Yes, it is.
4 week-long passes valued at $540. So if you go to our website, onegooddeedmichiana.org, or if you go on our Facebook page, One Good Deed Michiana, you can find out all the information to register and come out. It's a lot of fun.
All right, awesome. And will you be at the Senior PGA event coming up here in Benton Harbor?
Oh, yes. I'll be making my way over there. I was there 2 years ago the last time it was in town, and it was really impressive. It was just really neat to be there and to see that level of golf. I love to play golf. It's called the Golf Challenge on Fox 28. I'm not a good golfer by any means, but definitely. It was really cool to be a part of that, to see it, the excitement, and just how professional. I mean, it's such a completely different sporting event to be involved in. So that was really cool. So yes, I will definitely be back there myself. And I play in my golf outing, and I play at a hole, and I hit with everybody. I'm a big part of that too. It's a lot of fun. So I definitely like to be involved with everybody.
All right, awesome. Well, we got to get together then. Hopefully I can catch you during the Senior PGA Championship weekend.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, awesome. Well, Allison, I thank you so much for joining me on Benton Harbor Sports Weekly Extra. And you stay blessed and take care. You got a wonderful charity going on. I really admire you for a young lady. And congratulations on making the jump to the Big Ten Network.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And anytime you'd like to have me back on, I'd love to.
All right, awesome. You take care of yourself.
Okay, thank you.